Hello and welcome to the first round of Season 2 of Invictus Racing League Performance Championship. I am your commentator, H Racing Green, coming to you live from the Shanghai International Circuit in China for the first round of this second championship. We have an 8-round championship for you this time, and we start off with an overcast qualifying session. It looks like it'll stay that way all the way through, followed by a light rain condition race. So qualifying tyres this time out won't matter too much thanks to that. Taking a look at the field, we've got an 11 car field for this opening round. We've got Miles 22 in the Red Bull, Mike I believe is in the Ferrari, possibly LKO in the Ferrari, Craig in the Williams. And let me get my car allocation up. Philip in the McLaren, I know that. Nitrogash I believe is in the Williams. Nitrogash in the Williams. Fabulous Chicken in the Haas, I believe. Malk in the McLaren, also Deo in the second Red Bull, Sir Spud in the Mercedes, and Yaham in the Manor. Craig is in the Haas. I made a mistake there. So let's take a look. We've got cars on track right now. Mike out on the soft tyre, leading away the first qualifying session of the new season, followed closely by his teammate in the other Ferrari. There's Malk in the McLaren. Let me just turn the volume on the oh no, it is all the way up. Malk in the McLaren. That's all. So wait, Nitrogash there out in the Williams. Everyone going out on the soft tyre. Interesting decision to all go out on the middle tyre straight away, because obviously it's a light rain race, so there's no real reason to qualify on that tyre, but you know. Let's take a look at what cars we have got on a lap. Mike just coming to the end of his outlap, so he'll be the first one to start a lap. Let's ride on board then, as he begins the first lap of the season in the Ferrari. Across the line he comes then. Watch out for the bumps on the start-finish straight. He'll be late on the brakes, and a trail brake through the first corner. Changing down and turning, all runs right to the edge of the circuit. Turns in, misses the apex of turn 2 just a little bit. Then that long exit. It's going to be the kink at turn 3. Flat through here. It's hard on the brakes at the 100 metre board. Down. He's missed the apex of turn 4 a little bit, but it's going to give him an okay exit. Through the long left-hander. Got to try and maintain as much speed as possible through there. Oh, mistakenly changes down to the 4th there. That didn't sound quite right. Now into this double left. This is tricky to get the traction right. Hard braking zone at the end of sector 2. Braking 100 metre board, turns in, hits that apex. And it's now for the long right-hander onto the start-finish straight. Not start-finish, sorry, onto the back straight. Gets an okay exit through there, and now he's going to be opening DRS. Getting up to 210, 215, 16, 17 miles an hour before he brakes just after the 150 metre board. Just about hits the apex of the hairpin. Gets a good exit. He's going to negotiate the final corner, easy to cut and extend this one, but he manages it nicely. He's going to come across the line. It's going to be a 37.9 to start off proceedings. Taking a look at LKO. He clearly dropped a lot off the back of his teammate on his warm-up lap, as he's only just coming through here. Looks to have negotiated that left-hander a little better. right-hander looking okay through there. Oh, this tricky left again. Oh, gets a little bit of oversteer on the exit, correct. It doesn't lose too much time. 29.3 in the middle sector, locks up into there. Tries to power through it. How's he going to negotiate this? Very nicely, it seems. Tap steering a little bit, but that's not costing him too badly, I don't think. Let's compare top speeds between the Ferraris then. What sort of setup is LKO running? Of course, we're going to have a wet race. 200 and, only 215, so possibly slightly higher wings on LKO's Ferrari. As I was saying, we have a light rain race, so these dry qualifying laps could be compromised because drivers have opted for a more wet weather tailored setup. LKO goes fastest with a 37.4, half a second faster than his Ferrari teammate. Just over a tenth ahead of Malk and just under 0.3 ahead of Fabulous Chicken in the Haas. I believe he's in the Haas. Yes, Chicken in the Haas. Mike sets another lap. It's a 37.4. He goes top. So they can do a lot of laps on those tyres because they don't need to preserve them for the race. Obviously, as they'll be starting with intermediate tyres. But Yaham in the manor. He's currently second fastest with a 37.460, an identical time to LKO, which is quite incredible. Malk going slowly, currently fourth. Notice Chicken, is he going again? Doesn't look that way. Here's Nitric Ash, what sort of lap can he do? Seems to be short shifting, will be coming into the pits, yes. That's Craig. Craig looks to be on a lap here, on the fastest super soft tyre. In the Haas though, it's not the strongest car, so it could be a bit of a disadvantage. Need to get a little bit of understeer there. Holding it in third gear. Potentially with automatic gears, which, as I've touched on in the past, can cause a little bit of understeer as the game puts you in a gear that's a little bit too high for the corner. But I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Craig, obviously in the championship battle last season, came runner-up to UK Tranquility, who is not racing this season. Decided to take a back seat for this season and then come back for F1 2017, potentially. Craig cuts the hairpin a little bit. Could have invalidated his lap time, potentially. He's going to finish it anyway. Yeah, but obviously UK Tranquility not joining the ranks again. It's a 38.6, so he goes 8th fastest. Like he backed out that final sector quite a lot. Yeah, he's had the slowest final sector of anyone. Philip with an invalidated lap time was a 35.9, my word. So Philip and is currently an AOR F2 driver. He was in the same AOR GP2 season as I was, with picked up 3 race wins that season. Very strong driver. So in fact he took a win at this very circuit, in fact. So we hope to, in the McLaren he's going to struggle on the back straight, but we hope he does well. Through middle sector, Craig then, I believe he is using automatic gears, because I don't think anyone other than the game would take that in 5th. Hits that apex nicely, and the apex on the right hand nicely too. Onto the back straight. The Haas, not the fastest car in a straight line. It's not bad, but the Ferrari engine and the aero package on the Haas isn't the best on the field. Can he do the hairpin? Oh, he's cut it again. Seems to struggle getting the car turned at just the right point with that one, and he comes into the pits anyway, so I guess he invalidated that, or just wasn't happy with the pace. Here's Miles, he's on his outlap. Philip on his outlap too. And I think he'll be looking for a pole position here, looking at his pace. 35.9 is extremely strong in a McLaren. So Spud then, in the Mercedes. Let's see what you can do. This long T1. Gets the first part nice. He runs a little wide for the second part, but actually does that pretty well. Takes an excellent line through turn 2 as well. Just right, gets enough inside curb and gets a great exit. So this has been a great first sector for him. Passes the slow, I think that was Mount there. Not Mount, sorry. Whoever the other McLaren is, I've forgotten. Very nice at turn 4 from Sir Spud. It's a 26.4 in the first sector. Let's take a look. That is the fastest of anyone in the first sector. This has been an absolutely stunning lap so far. Oh, he's run onto the inside curve, may have invalidated his lap time. Oh, but he's running on the inside curve there as well. Lots of cars getting out of the way. A lot of cars on their in and out laps. I think a lot of cars will be on their in laps now. To go out for one last go at the end of the session. Along the back straight he comes. Opens DRS. It's been a 29.3 in the middle sector. How does that compare? Only a tenth off of the fastest. No, I saw it. No, I lied. It's half a second off of the fastest, which is Miles. Miles is on an absolute flyer at the moment. He's set a personal best, purple sectors as well in the first and second sector. Sir Spud crosses the line. It's a 36.9. He remains 12th. That lap may have been invalidated. Yeah, it was. 36.9 would have put him pole. So, real missed opportunity there. Let's see, how's Miles getting on? Here he is coming through. Oh no, and he's run a little wide at the final corner. Is that going to cost him? Well, that invalidated his lap. For 36.4, he goes top. So no, it did not, and he goes top by a full 0.8 of a second over his teammate, who appears to have run out of fuel or is paused. There's Mike in the Ferrari going out again. He's on a flying lap down 26.8 in the first sector. Not too bad. Oh, they seem to be braking very late, but gets it just about turned. And again for the right. Miles retires. He's clearly happy with that lap with 5 minutes to go. He feels that has done enough. Already run out of tyre sets. Mike coming along this back straight, incredibly long. It's just about hits 218 miles an hour down that back straight. Nice line, gets on the curb a little, will have hurt his exit somewhat. Curbs are not very forgiving in this game. Turns in, beautiful line through the final corner. And it is a 36.8, which puts him third fastest at the moment. But what Philip, wow, 1.4 seconds behind Philip MCFC in the McLaren. As I said, is an immensely fast driver. Ham on his outlap. I think he could be challenging for pole position. Potentially, maybe in a manner, but he has proven himself to be a very fast driver. Whoa, an LKO has crashed. Oh, and it's bugged our audio. So we're going to have a very quiet qualifying session from now on. I'm not entirely sure how LKO managed that. Didn't manage to switch off of his camera, so you're going to have to deal with a very muffled qualifying session from now on. So that's Craig then in the Haas. He's currently 10th position. There is the McLaren of it is Malk in the McLaren. So 27 flat in the first sector for Craig. Let's see what he can do in the middle and final sectors. Long left-hander. Doesn't quite open up the right-hander as much as it would possibly have been ideal to, but is taking pretty nice lines so far. Got a decent line exit out of there too. You can hear the squeaking of the brakes. The game audio is ruined. Ooh, just touches that outside curve. That will have hurt his exit a little bit, but it does open up this exit more, so he probably will still have good speed onto this back straight. Opens DRS. 3 minutes to go. So any drivers, if they go out now, will get their out lap and one flying lap. Cuts that chicane, cuts that hairpin again, but doesn't quite compromise his run in and out of the corner as much as he has done. Decent line through there, a little bit of understeer. It's seen quite a lot of steering lock applied, and it's going to be a 1:37.6. He stays 10th right now, 2.2 off of Phillips. 35.4. Low chance of rain. Very muffled, Jeff. Deo has gone second fastest, 7/10 off of Phillips' time. Let's see. Is Yarham on his lap? Yes, he is. It's been a 26.8 and a 29.1. Let's see how that compares. Not quite with Philip. Hopefully, if he can get a good final sector, he might be able to challenge for second here, I think. Philip retires. Comes across the line. It's 6th fastest for Yarham. 7/10 off in that final sector. I mean, he was half a second off in the middle, to be fair, so on par for him, really. So Spud's still unable to set a legitimate lap time. Is he on one? He's on an out lap. I mean, he will get round, but he will only get one go at this. Back straight, brakes late for this hairpin. Pretty good line through there. What can he do now in the final corner? Hits that apex, doesn't use up all the road. Here he goes then. Didn't get a great exit. But he was immense in the first immense in the first sector on his last lap round, so his first lap rather. So let's see what he can do. Doesn't get quite such a good run through turn 2 as he did before. He's going to be flat out of here now. Through a kink. Brakes. It's a 26.4 in the first sector. I think that's about a 10th off of what Philip did. Yeah, so it's 26.3 from Philip in the first sector. I think Philip's a little bit fast for his McLaren at this stage. Being 7/10 up. Here comes... Oh, so Spud runs wide. That could have invalidated his lap time. He could be starting 12th here because the checkered flag goes out now. We're going to get kicked off of this spectator cam. Let's hope we can find Sir Spud again soon. No, we're on board with a crashed mic. Here we go then. Around this long right-hander he comes. He's going to get a good exit onto the start-finish straight. Opens the DR, not start finish, I keep saying start finish, back straight. 217, 18, 19, 220 miles an hour as he brakes. Oh, misses that apex a little bit, but he'll still carry good speed through there. And now it's through this left-hander to finish the lap off. Uses a little bit more road than he did last time. Opens the DRS, and it is going to be 3rd place for Spud. 7:19 off the leader, so I think he's done an identical lap time to Deo, which is quite something. Mike on a lap, I mean he crashed at the first corner, so I'm not entirely sure if he's going to improve here. Here he goes, opening the DRS along the back straight. Brakes right at the 100-metre board. Just about gets it done. Hits the apex. I don't think this is going to be an improvement. He might just come to the pits now. But no, he goes to finish the lap. He's cut that. Yeah, so not a great end to the lap for Mike. He stays 6th. So, yeah, there you are. Philip MCFC will start on pole position for the Chinese Grand Prix with a 1:35.445 for McLaren Honda on the super soft tyre. It's going to be Deo in second for Red Bull, 7/10 behind. So Spud with an identical lap time in the Mercedes. Miles in the second Red Bull, 4th. Malk in the second, McLaren fifth. It's Mike in the first, Ferrari in sixth, Yarham in the Manor. Fabulous Chicken gets 8th for Haas. Nitric Ash in the Williams will be 9th. LKO in his Invictus Racing League debut in the second Ferrari lines up 10th, and Craig is 11th in the other Haas. So we are moments away from the start of this race. We will be leaving and rejoining soon. Let's take a look then. The strategy, as expected, is a one-stop. I don't know, I'm doing the fuel. I'll give my AI car 1.4 nuts. It is expected a one-stop if it remains intermediate conditions, which it is scheduled to, but as we have seen in the past, this game does not necessarily stick to its own weather forecast. So we shall have to see how things go as the race progresses. I need to leave now, and we'll rejoin. So then, here we are on the formation lap. Intermediate conditions could prove tricky for these drivers. We're going to have 28 laps of racing. Philip, leading the pack. Messing about with his gearbox. Warming the tyres in these light rain conditions, wet track, difficult to keep heat in the tyres. Oh, Philip somehow manages to overshoot the hairpin on a formation lap, warming the rear tyres on the exit there as well. Loads up on the grid then. Let's go with Dale and switch to broadcast cam. Waiting for the rest of the field to line up on the grid. We do not want to drive our car. There you go. 5 red lights then. And we are away for the second season, first round of IRL. It's Philip who leads away. Deo swerving to avoid the oncoming Mercedes. It looks like everyone has made it through turn 1 so far. Suspud defending from Miles in the Red Bull. Malk in 5th still. You've got Yarham remaining in 6th. Mike. Oh, Miles has been pushed down the field. Fabulous Chicken. Miles is off the circuit. Not entirely sure what's happened there, but Miles has had a horrible start. Whoa, everyone missing their braking point for the first heavy braking zone of the circuit. Don't know what has gone on there, but Let's take a look. It's, oh dear, LKO not had a good start to the race either, down in 12th position. Philip leads away from Deo. Already starting to build the gap. Deo under a little bit of pressure from Sir Spud in the Mercedes. Strong qualifying from those two with their identical times. They'll be looking to capitalise. Both of them, I think, will be targeting a podium in this round 1 race. We've got Yarham up to 4th now, followed closely by Fabulous Chicken in his Haas car. Malk in the McLaren dropped 1 position from his starting spot. He's followed closely by Mike. And they come down the back straight. It's Sir Spud will definitely have the advantage here, since he's in a Mercedes versus Red Bull and Honda Power, not known for their straight line. Renault and Honda Power, not known for their straight line speed attributes. But yet the Haas of Fabulous Chicken makes a move up the inside of Yarham and takes 4th position. There's all sorts of melee going on in the background, but the top 3 seem to have made a break for it all. Mount runs off the circuit a little bit, and now Fabulous Chicken having to defend from Yarham. The man are fast in a straight line. That might hinder it through the corners in these wet conditions. Oh, and he's hit the back of the Haas. That could have given him, looks like it has given him wing damage possibly. And can Malk in the McLaren capitalise in this early stage? The top 3 really have made a break for it, so if they can keep it clean, they're looking good at the moment. Early days though. Yarham looks to have potentially been affected by that contact. Let's look at the onboard. No visible wing damage at the moment. Let's run on board with Malk is following. He's got Mike close up behind, and he probably will be at a disadvantage to the Ferrari just because of the Ferrari straight line speed advantage, which of course is pretty huge here. But McLaren better in the corners than the Manor in front. So if he can capitalise in the corners and then maybe just break away enough in this middle sector, he'll be able to make a pass and challenge for 4th, and then maybe break away and catch up to the top 3. Yarham seems to give up the position, possibly goes very defensive very early. I think Yarham may actually have front wing damage. Mike gets run out a little bit wide, taken aback possibly by Yarham's moves. Look at that, look at these 3 cars. It's going to be an absolute slipstream train. Ride with Mike, and let's ride with Craig even at the back of this train. What can he do? He's going to have the slipstream. Yarham is suffering slipstream. My word, look at how they pull away. Craig must be running a really high wing setup here. Either that or Mike is running an extremely low wing one as he goes up the inside of the Manor, but he overshoots the corner and the Manor is going to get the cutback. But Mike has decent traction on the exit. He's on the racing line. He's going to have the inside line for the final corner, and Yarham boxes. So yeah, well, front wing damage for Yarham there at the first corner. And that's put Mike off, and it's going to allow Craig to capitalise. He goes alongside and passes just about. They're still side by side. Mike backs out. Mike concedes that position, drops to 7th, and that promotes Craig from 6th already with a really strong first few laps, gone from 11th place to 6th place. Malk just about keeping up with Fabulous Chicken. He's pulled away from the battling group behind, so he'll be pleased with that, but he's just got to make sure to just got to keep this pace up and see what you can get. A top 5 would of course be a really solid result. Let's take a look at the top 3. Deo has been relegated to 3rd place. Spud has made a move for 2nd. Philip has made an absolute break for it in the McLaren. There's another word for it. He is absolutely checked out. He is 4.5 seconds up the road already, so he's on about a second a lap advantage. Well, it's 4.2 though. He's lost a little bit of time in this middle sector, which is interesting. The Mercedes, obviously, quite strong as an all-rounder, fastest car on the grid. And Philip may have made a mistake though, or something. On the back straight, obviously no DRS. Gap's too big, and in these wet conditions. Brake a little bit early, obviously. Not as much friction in these conditions. Deo doesn't look to be falling away from the Mercedes driver. Not necessarily challenging him to retake 2nd position, but he's not totally out of the fight yet. Ooh, bit of a fishtail on the exit. It's 4.5 seconds again, so possibly a mistake from Philip in that middle sector allowed Sir Spud to catch up. As he get on through this first corner in these conditions, he was strong in qualifying, not quite so strong. I'd dare to catch up just a little bit. Philip in a class of his own right now. No challenge. He's still got 24 laps to keep the car on the road and keep it up for pace. In these conditions, in that position, he just needs good consistency. Consistency is all he needs, and he will have a race win to his name in this league. Take a look at Deo. There goes Spud, there's Deo, so probably 2 or 3 seconds off the lead right now. Not the end of the world. Can make that up if Spud makes an advantage or gets a penalty or something. Fabulous chicken. Oh, it's my favourite camera angle on board with the Haas driver right now. Hopefully this one returns to F1 2017, that we can drive in this one, because as impractical as it is, it does look very cool. Malk, not Phillips as fast as up the race. Malk isn't falling back. He's not necessarily catching him very much, but he's still within striking distance if a mistake is made. Craig runs a little bit wide there, followed by, ooh, big snap from Miles, almost Giovinazzi'd it into the far wall. Miles into it, let's take a look. LKO's recovered to 8th place currently. We've got Nitric Ash in 9th from the Williams. He'll be looking to improve his position. I don't think he'll be too happy with 9th place right now. Mike down in 10th, he's had to pit. Yeah, Mike's had to pit, so he's down in 11th place. And then it's Yarham down in 10th. He's going to have to stop again, I think. I would be surprised if the tyres, a fresh set of inters went long enough to do pretty much the whole race on them, but we'll see. Back with Philip. Spud again. Looks like Deo might just be falling back a little bit from the Mercedes. Yeah, it does look that way. Oh, fabulous chicken with Malk just up behind him. Malk has caught him a little bit on this lap. It's going to be a disadvantage along the straight in the McLaren, but looks like Malk might have a little bit of a pace advantage. If you're the race director, we can actually have a look at his lap times. So let's look at Malk. So Malk doing in the 53s at the moment. Fabulous chicken. Did a 52.9 last time, but it's been in the 54s. So they're about really evening out to about the same. But potential that Malk has a little bit of a pace advantage. So whether he can keep that up and take advantage. Miles does the same thing again, runs wide. So Fabulous Chicken running a little bit wide in the Haas there, whereas Malk holds it on a slightly tighter line through turn 1. Interesting to see in the wet how the lines between the drivers differ. Some drivers like to take different lines in the wet, whereas others prefer to just stick to the traditional racing line and do what they know best. There are not too many battles at the moment. Craig still ahead of Miles. I think Miles might have the pace possibly. Doesn't look like to be challenging, but potentially could make an overtake sometime soon. think he's losing a lot of time in the final corner when he does make those errors onto the outside curb and sort of has that big snap of oversteer. I think that does hurt him a little bit. So yeah, Miles a little bit closer there through the right hand hairpin. But they both are onto the curb. Miles does it as well, so he can't take advantage of the mistake. This is what he's got to be mindful of, is taking advantage of Craig's mistakes rather than just mirroring them. Whoa, cuts the nose off on the Red Bull, does Craig, as he runs wide. Looks like he's feeling the pressure from Miles. What can the Red Bull driver do here? Nothing into turn 4. A little bit too far back for a braking zone manoeuvre. Nowhere really to overtake in the middle sector. He's having a look, he's making his presence known. These guys now are 20 seconds, so nearly a pit stop off of the lead. Oh, Craig runs a little wide. It's going to give him a good run into here, but it's going to compromise his line. Miles closer than before, but it's whether he can take advantage along this back straight. Really close in the braking zone. This is probably his best opportunity if he doesn't allow Craig to get away in the traction zone, which he doesn't too much. But now he's going to put it up into rich mix, I'd imagine, try and get in that slipstream and make a pass into the hairpin. Craig goes defensive early. Here comes Miles alongside. He's come back into the air, so there's going to be that air resistance. It's going to be last at the late breakers. Craig runs on a little bit. He's run off the circuit, and it's allowed Miles to take 6th position. And he's now going to chase after the McLaren. Oh no, I've changed at the wrong time there. Miles has run off track, and Craig just too far back to take any advantage of that mistake. Nice crash up into 8th place now. Going on board with Craig. He's going to want to try and get that position back as soon as possible. Oh, and Miles might just hand it to him. He's run on at turn 4. Just about gets the car stopped and turned. Roughly 6 laps or so until the expected pit window. These drivers, they'll be going to another set of intermediate tyres to go to the end. Looks like these two are now catching Malk a little bit. Malk seems to have dropped off the pace just a touch. Certainly has dropped back from Fabulous Chicken in 4th. The Haas is in a double point scoring position at the moment, which would be really, really good for their... well, I mean, actually I would say they're good for their constructors' effort. There's no actual... no constructors' effort this time. I haven't seen the teams together at the moment yet, so... I'll have to take a look at that shortly. Doesn't look like Craig quite has the pace to retake 6th position from the Red Bull just yet. Let's take a look at the leading few drivers. Deo now with Fabulous Chicken right on his gearbox. These guys themselves, 3rd and 4th, now 16 seconds behind the leader, so Philip absolutely bolted away. There's Sir Spud, so even Sir Spud not too far away either. Deo just seems to have a little bit of advantage. It's a good chassis on the Red Bull, so seems to have a bit of an advantage in the intermediate conditions through the middle sector, but it seems like through the first and third he might not have such good pace, because the first and third being the faster sectors. What can Fabulous Chicken do, if anything, along this back straight? All about getting the exit now. Short shifting, get that traction. Deo runs a little bit wide, but he's going to slingshot him onto the back straight. But I don't think Fabulous Chicken is going to be close enough to make any moves this time around. He'd be very brave trying it from here. He thinks better of it. He's going to get very close to Deo in the braking zone though. Turns in first gear. Short shifting a little bit. He's very close. He's very strong on the brakes into that hairpin. Deo cuts the final corner. It's not going to help him get a good exit, but unfortunately Fabulous Chicken doesn't get a particularly great one either. Oh, Deo outbrakes himself a little bit, gets a big four-wheel slide on into the right-hander at turn 1. It's very close between these two. Fabulous Chicken looks like he might have the edge now. If he can get onto the inside to get on the brakes into turn 4, he might have a chance at passing here. Thinks better of it. Didn't get such a good exit off turn 2 through turn 3. Really nice line through there though, but it's just not quite enough to get ahead of Deo here. Not really a passing point yet now until the left-hand hairpin just before the back straight. Again, these two doing similar things as the battle behind them, is they're mirroring each other's mistakes. His Fabulous Chicken seems to get suckered into Deo's four-wheel drifts and running a little bit wide. But this is a great run he's got now. Seems to back out of it actually. It looks like this Haas is really restricted in a straight line. Might be running a very high wing setup for these intermediate conditions. Oh, but Deo's run wide. Deo's run totally off the circuit. Looked like he maybe had a snap of oversteer, corrected it, and the car gripped up. And he's ended up on the curb, but Fabulous Chicken didn't get such a great exit either. And now Deo's going to come back at him, and if you look there, Malk has caught up to these battling two. Miles has retired from the session. Not sure if he's crashed or just given up. Deo goes up the inside. Oh, there's a bit of wheel banging, but Fabulous Chicken looks like he may have got the exit. Miles will be on the inside for the final corner. Oh, tries to hold it there, but it won't work. And there's a safety car. Miles has left, so there's going to be no slipstream anymore. But there is a safety car. And there goes Craig into the pits. He's going to get a free pit stop, and it is almost at the perfect time, because when this safety car finishes, they will be on lap 14, which is the pit window. So these guys who pass the pit entry line, once the safety car come out, are at a big disadvantage now, because the guys who pit are going to get a free pit stop, and they're going to get a fast lap to catch up to these guys. So they may all pass the safety car. Philip, I mean, he's a long way up the road anyway, so he's probably going to get a free pit stop regardless. So during the safety car break, I'll just take a quick pause. really enjoying the safety car feed, and somehow, despite Philip exiting the pits first, Craig now leads. Obviously, Craig and Nitrogas both are benefiting massively from the safety car. Coming from a fair way down the field, now in the lead, now in first and third, coming from what, 7th and 9th. So great recoveries from them. A little bit of help from the safety car, but still. Very interesting kind of event. This car goes very slowly in intermediate conditions. Oh, Craig running all the way up alongside. Safety car's still out at the moment. We've got another lap yet, up to lap 14 it'll be, I believe. Philip trying to get his first place back. Not entirely sure. He's not going to do it like this though, because if his car goes, then the other cars can pass him. Actually, if I just get back on the stream a second, see if we can see when that happened. Yeah. Really confused by how Craig has managed to get ahead of Philip in the safety car queue. I don't understand. Very confusing. Oh, Philip going, trying to warm his tyres and brakes up by the looks of things. So let's, just in this last section of the safety car period, let's just look at penalties quickly. And Craig has a stop-go penalty to serve. Possibly, probably for passing under the safety car. Which is interesting. Nitrogash with none. Sir Spud, just a warning. Deo, 2 warnings for Deo. Nothing for Malk. Fabulous Chicken is clean as well. Yaham, none for him. Mike, 1 warning for him. LKO, none for him. My Ghost Car and Miles didn't receive any penalties in his time in the race. So there we are. Safety car is coming in now. We have got 14 laps remaining in this race. It will remain light rain conditions throughout. It'll be interesting to see, is Craig going to take his stop-go on his first racing lap, or will he wait? He seems to have driven a long way ahead of the field. It looks like Philip is controlling the pace of the rest of the field except for Craig at the moment. It's interesting. Not entirely sure what Philip's doing. Guess he's banking on Craig taking his stop-go. Oh no, here he goes. Possibly now trying to catch up to... I should have retired my car in the safety car. Oh well, doesn't matter. Now he's closed up. Let's see then. When is Craig going to take them away? It looks like it's now on the exit of the hairpin. They go racing again, and Craig comes around. He does not go into the pits. He's run totally off circuit, and it's going to allow Philip to take the lead again, and it could allow Nitrogash into second place. Nitrogash up the inside, gets the move done into turn 1, yes. Oh, but Craig maybe going to come back at him on the cutback. It's going to be a long way around for Nitrogash to hold this one. It's going to be up the inside. There's a little bit of contact. But Nitrogash, yes, not sure. They're still side by side. So they're going to be side by side through the kink at turn 3. It's going to be last of the late breakers into turn 4. They're still side by side. Nitrocash hangs it around the outside, but he cannot get the move done, and Craig holds on to second place, and it's allowed Spud to catch up to the back of Nitrocash, potentially take advantage. He's got Deo right up behind him, and then Malk, Fabulous Chicken, Yaham, the two Ferraris, bringing up the rear. But Philip has already made a total break for it. Ooh, looks like... No, all the field pretty close together at the moment. Two Ferraris dropping back a little bit, but not too bad at the moment. Here comes Sir Spud in the Mercedes. Looks like he might still have slipstream. He's going to brake hard into the hairpin. Does he block the cutback? No, he does not. Oh, he just almost. A little bit of wheel banging means that Nitrocash doesn't get the exit he would have wanted. It's going to be Sir Spud on the inside into the final corner. Nitrocash tries to hold it around the outside. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. They're going to go 3 wide, not quite. They're side by side still. It's going to be around the outside if Sir Spud wants this one at turn 1. It's 3 wide again. Oh, and Sir Spud hits the grass. He runs off the track. It's going to allow Deo up the inside and Fabulous Chicken. He's going to come under pressure from Malk as well. And now Deo's going to have a crack at Nitrocash's 3rd place. Oh, but Fabulous Chicken is putting Deo under pressure as well. Oh, Deo goes up the inside. My word, and he gets the move done. Seemed like possibly accidental. Oh, and there's contact, and as he runs wide, comes back on the circuit. So allow Fabulous Chicken through as well. So Spud now going to challenge Deo, but runs wide. Nitrocash defending incredibly well for 3rd place. This is pretty close stuff. Going to be Fabulous Chicken. Will he try it into the braking zone? He might not have slipstream, and the Williams is fast in a straight line. Whoa, and the Williams goes absolutely flying straight on. Oh, the Ferrari spin as well. That's not gone well. We're still staring at an empty corner. Nitrocash down in 8th place now, having done that. Challenging Malk for 6th, I believe. Yeah, there he is. Let's take a look. Sir Spud in 5th, looking back at these 3. Siaham on the outside. Nitrocash on the inside. He's going to go up the inside of the McLaren. Is he going to make the move? Get the move done? No, Yaham gets up the inside of both of them. Great move from him there. And that's demoted Matt down to 8th place with Mike close behind. Let's take a look further up the field. Fabulous Chicken in 3rd. Craig in 2nd. Great for the Haas drivers there. They're in 2nd and 3rd. Sir Spud recovered to 4th with all that mayhem. Deo looks to have dropped back off and could be coming under pressure from Yaham. There's just 11 laps of this race left. Looks like everyone's calmed down a little bit after that. Oh, and Philip's bottled it. Philip has run on at the left-right complex, coming through the final, coming onto the back straight, and he's now down to 2nd. Craig leads his race. He started last, and now Craig leads by roughly, well, I mean, it's not 2.5 seconds. It's not 2.5 second lead anymore. He's going to come under pressure from the Haas of Fabulous Chicken. Doesn't look like Fabulous Chicken's going to get the cutback either. Philip seems to have decent enough traction. But wow, Philip has somehow managed, he was, what, 20-25 seconds up the road before the safety car. He's now dropped to second with that mistake. And the gap to the lead is now, he's now 1.9 away from the lead and down to third. The Haas has taken second from him as well. Shocking stuff there. He's going to try and come back up the inside. Fabius Chicken leaves him a lot of room. Philip later on the brakes through turn 2 as well, but it's going to be difficult. He's got to wash out as well. He's got Sir Spud and the Mercedes behind. Philip is really going to want to take this second place back soon so he can go back and challenge for the lead again. He tries to hang it all the way around the outside at turn 4. That's not come off quite, but it's going to be the inside for turn 5. He thinks better of it. Oh, contact, possibly runs into the back of the Haas through the left-hander at turn 5. He's now 2.6 away from the lead. Philip can see this win slipping away from him. If he can't get past, it could be a Haas 1-2 here. And Sam Bamkid in the Haas won the final round at Abu Dhabi as well. And now Philip's come under pressure from Sir Spud in the Mercedes, and he could be down to fourth here. I think Philip might have wing damage actually, because there was contact with the Haas, and he's now going extremely... Oh, Deo comes flying up the inside, bashes Sir Spud out the way. That wasn't exactly the cleanest of overtaking manoeuvres. Philip stays out, so either he doesn't think it's worth pitting for his wing damage, or he's just going to stick with it and hope for the best. Deo is now pressuring him. How about Yarham now around the outside of Sir Spud. He's currently in 6th, 5th, 6th. Oh, they're still side by side. Let's hope he doesn't get caught out. No, it's okay. Oh dear, there's a McLaren off there as well. Totally missed that. And now Philip's down to 9th. Has he got a puncture? Yeah, looks that way. My word, what has happened there? Philip with a puncture now. He's gone from 1st to, well, 9th, practically last. I mean, there's only the Ferrari with LKO behind him now. And Philip has given up. Not retired though, so his ghost car will still exist. Bit of a... You know, unfortunate to see a rage quit like that. Fabulous Chicken. Where's Craig gone? So it is now going to be a battle between the Hasses for the race win, with 9 laps to go. 1.4 seconds the gap between them. Can Fabulous Chicken take a win here to start his season off in perfect fashion? Deo passes Sir Spud, but Sir Spud is pressuring him quite a lot now. Oh, up the inside. Oh, Deo cuts. Dearie me. Deo cuts off Sir Spud a little bit. First, it forces Sir Spud onto the inside grass at turn 1. But Sir Spud has the run, it seems, into turn 4, a little bit too far away to make a move, I think. Has a look, makes his presence known to the Red Bull driver, but nothing right now. The Hasses have made a break from these two, who in turn have made a break from the Ferrari of Mike, who's now up to 5th. Great recovery. Philip saying he had to leave. Wanting a rage quit, he unfortunately had to go. So it's the incident and his leaving was purely coincidental. I think Sir Spud is going to have a go into the hairpin. He's in the superior Mercedes, better straight line speed, arguably better cornering ability, but it is all about straight line speed on this back straight. I believe he's running a pretty low wing setup as well. I think they are doing a few moves. Yep, just a couple. About 6, but that's okay. 8 laps in this race left to go. This is the battle for the final podium slot. Once the top 2 get a little closer together, we'll take a look at them. Oh, Sir Spud runs off the circuit a little bit there. Nothing quite happening between these two right now. Let's take a look at Fabulous Chicken and Craig. Fabulous Chicken now right up behind Craig. It might not be last to first for Craig this time around. Doesn't look like Fabulous Chicken quite has the pace in the middle sector, but as I've said, you can't really pass there. It's all about this back straight and the front straight and the braking zone for turn 4 that really make the difference when it comes to overtaking manoeuvres. That's where you need to have the pace. There remains defending from Sir Spud right now. Immense pressure from Fabulous Chicken on his current Haas teammate. Will he make a move down into the hairpin? It's close between these two. It's going to be all about setup and about the driver himself, with these two being in the same car. Will he make a move into the hairpin? He does not. Sir Spud has a look as well, but does not make a move either. Potentially biding their time are Fabulous Chicken and Sir Spud with their respective opponents for position. There's still 7 laps to go, and that's plenty of time for the other to mount a counter-attack. Lap 22 then, they will have 6 to go when they cross the line next at the end of this one. 5 to go, sorry. Yeah, 6 to go when they cross the line at the end of this one. Haas absolutely nose to tail Deo and Sir Spud in a similar situation. Fabulous Chicken might have a go here. Craig goes defensive. Will Fabulous Chicken get the cut back? Sir Spud looks like he has a look up the inside. Does not make the move stick. Haas are side by side. Fabulous Chicken slots back in behind for these sweepers in the middle sector. Oh, big snap of oversteer for Fabulous Chicken as he gets on the power, gets a little bit caught on the curb as he gets on the power, spits his car across into the middle of the circuit. Now this is now the closest he's been. If he can get the exit, riding on board with him right now. Not quite close enough though, it doesn't look like. Potentially doesn't have slipstream thanks to the cars that have left, which is a shame. He does appear to have a little bit of an edge in the corners though. Craig actually surprisingly hasn't taken stop-go penalties, so I'm guessing he's going to get that added on at the end. Deo pits, strangely. Don't think he's going to make up a pit stop time in 5 laps, so actually Craig has a 5-second penalty to contend with. Forgot that stop-goes are not mandatory to be taken in the race, those are that's drive-throughs. So actually, Fabulous Chicken doesn't necessarily need to be pushing super hard to get the pass done. Unless, of course, Craig gets the penalty removed after the race, but I'm not sure. So we'll probably attempt to make the pass just to be safe. But he does want to bottle that win by making contact, taking himself out of the race, and bottling what would have been a win based on penalties. So, decisions to be made in the Haas camp. He runs a little wide through the right-hander. These two holding each other up a little bit right now, they're allowing Sir Spud to close in just a little bit. Could we see this turn into a 3-car fight in the last few laps of the race? Whoa, massive slide for Fabulous Chicken, gets on that exit curb, fires him across onto the inside of the circuit. It unsettles the car, makes the weight balance go all over the place. There you are, Sir Spud's proximity arrows appearing now, and this is about to become a 3-car battle for the lead, and Sir Spud has the far superior Mercedes car underneath him compared to these two fairly weak Haas cars. But here we go, Fabulous Chicken moves to the outside of the circuit. It was less than a tenth as they crossed the line. I think Craig is going to hold on to this one on the inside. He does, but as he brake later and run himself wide? No. Very nicely blocked. Sir Spud runs a little wide too. Craig maintains the lead. A great defensive manoeuvre. Oh, Fabulous Chicken looks like he loses control in the braking zone a little bit. Sort of throws it up the inside of Craig accidentally. Has the lead and has actually made the move. I was expecting Craig to hold on to the inside there and hold it through turn 5, but Craig now down to second place and could be under pressure from Sir Spud. Now Fabulous Chicken will need to break away himself to try and hold on to this lead if Sir Spud can pass Craig in the other Haas. Fabulous Chicken may come under some pressure from the Mercedes driver. Not looking that way at the moment, but we'll have to see. Let's ride on board with one of the following cars. Conveniently, Sir Spud's looking backwards, that's good. So, 4 laps to go. Now, whoa! Gets possibly made contact with Craig there to Sir Spud, and seemed to attempt a bit of a flick spin, bit of a Scandinavian flick around the hairpin. Mike there in 4th, being closely followed by Malk in the singular remaining McLaren. Fabulous Chicken, a little bit of a gap forming between him and Craig. Nothing too major at the moment, but Craig definitely needs to worry about Sir Spud behind. Through those left-handers, then into the long right. Let's ride on board with him actually. Let's see what he's doing. So right now, from this perspective, it actually looks like the gaps are pretty much equal between the cars. Spud is really going to want to stay close. Right-hander. Only going to get so many more goes at this. He's going to get 3 more attempts at passing on the back straight after this one. I imagine he'll be changing up into rich mix. No fuel light is on at the moment. Yeah, there he goes. He's catching with the Mercedes power. Probably a bit of rich mix and the slipstream. Both with very calculated braking position. Oh, bit of contact. Can Sir Spud get the exit? looking across, they're side by side. Spud gets squeezed off the track a little bit. Craig holds on to it. Oh, he gets caught on the curb and that's really dropped him back. Yeah. Fabulous Chicken hasn't made a breakaway yet, so Spud possibly knows that Craig has got a time penalty to be added at the end of the race. So so possibly isn't going to risk everything to try and make the pass, unless of course he really thinks he has a chance of that win. But right now the pace isn't looking to be the case. Yeah, a little bit of a mistake there means that Craig has got away even more. Craig and Fabulous Chicken looking to be pretty equal on pace at the moment, really. I mean, Fabulous Chicken not really getting away, and Craig gains and loses in various points around the circuit, but tends to stay pretty much the same distance away. I think we're coming up on my ghost car now, at last. So lap traffic to deal with. Transparent lap traffic. Ooh. These Haskars seem to get a bit of a flip coming out of that long right-hander onto the straight. If you see both of them with their tyre tracks and their car movement, they both get sort of sucked onto the inside of the corner as they put the power down, and then the car snaps on them. Ooh. So Spud running right up behind Craig, looking pretty strong on the brakes into there is Spud, but possibly not quite strong enough. Misses the apex, runs wide. I mean, as does Craig, but like I said, when the driver in front makes a mistake, he needs to capitalise, not copy his mistake. Afdeo's retired, so not been a great race for him. I mean, whether he's crashed or whether he's given up on that garbage strategy that Red Bull put him on, which is to pit a second time. So Spud now with the last, probably with a last ditch effort to make a pass. Looks like there's just 9 cars remaining in the session now. My ghost car's classified 9. There are 8 cars even remaining in the actual session. Not quite sure why Spud drove all the way around the ghost car. Takes too much curb there. It's going to hurt his run through these corners. Craig again has caught up to the back of Fabulous Chicken, but don't think he's going to be close enough to have a run on the back straight. Let's ride on board with him. Here he goes. He's close, but combination, probably a lack of slipstream. He's low on fuel as well. He's only got a lap of fuel remaining. That's what that flashing light tends to mean, is 1 lap. Okay, so he's really borderline on fuel there. As it turned off when he was in the braking. So, potential for Craig to actually run out of fuel before the end of this race. Oh, and Sir Spud pits? That's a confusing one. Oh, he's got a puncture! Oh, what a disaster for Sir Spud. He was looking good for a really strong result, but it was not meant to be. So now it's going to be Craig and Fabulous Chicken for the lead. Sir Spud looking on for a podium there. And it could be Mike. Mike will be on the podium. It could be Malk on the podium as well, because with Craig's 5-second penalty, 4.9 for Malk from the lead, could be that Craig is demoted to 4th position. It will be 4th at the lowest, but could be 4th for Craig. Actually, I'll just check the race director a second. Just double check stop go, ignoring yellow flags. Yeah, that's where that is. Yeah. Well, looked like Dale got a lot of penalties there, so gave up. Philip, the car that isn't there is just set the fastest lap of the race. So I think he needs to turn down, unless he's joined back, but I'm not sure. Philip MCSC. No, that's his ghost car. So it's his medium AI ghost car. It's just at the fastest lap of the race in 10th position. Nitric Ash just comes out of the pits. Let's ride with Fabulous Chicken. Craig is not going to manage to even get the win on track. But yes, actually pulled that. It's 5.5 seconds to the lead, so it could be really close between Craig getting 3rd or 4th position here. Oh no, Craig's run out of fuel. Craig is out of fuel, and so that means that Mike is going to pass him for 2nd on track. Oh, Malk almost made the move up the inside, but no. It is Fabulous Chicken who wins the Chinese Grand Prix round 1 of season 2 of IRL Performance, followed by Mike in the Ferrari. A great recovery, having had that spin after the safety car restart. It's Malk in 3rd for McLaren, with Craig in 4th. From last of the qualifiers, it's Yarham in 5th. We have LKO, another great recovery, in 6th. Unfortunate for Sir Spud. Well, if Sir Spud turns to 6th, it's 7th for LKO. It will be Philip. No, it will not be Philip. It will be Nitric Ash there in 8th position. He'll be last off the finishing cars, I believe, and the other two are myself and Philip's ghost card. And he crosses the line. So there you have it. Fabulous Chicken takes the win. It is Mike with 2nd, Malk in 3rd, Craig holds on to 4th there, Yarham in 5th, it's Spud in 6th, LKO 7th, Nitric 8th, and that is all the finishers. I don't know how Philip's Ghost Car did a 1:49.9 when my Ghost Car did a 2 minutes 2. I mean, I don't have a setup on, but 11 seconds. Anyway, Philip's Ghost Car is 10th, Deo in 11th, an unfortunate 13 seconds, and a few drive-throughs as well, and Miles retired as well. So that has been the first round of the 2nd season of IRL. I hope you have enjoyed this race. It was a pretty good race for action, some really nice battles in there. I have been your commentator, H Racing Green. I will see you next time for the Spanish Grand Prix, and until then, have a good one.